In this video, I'm going to be talking about financial trading and the Forex markets. If you're a marketer, you're going to learn the exact services and packages you should be offering financial education companies and brokers to work with them to grow them through social media marketing using your skill sets. If you're a financial trading educator or broker, you're going to find exactly how to grow your business using social media marketing strategies that we've used on over 10 to 12 clients in the last 4 years. Okay, we've done multiple six figures in this market, if not more. And to be honest, this video is about helping you guys understand more, not just the similarities between advertising and the financial markets. Both are pay-to-play platforms, both carry risk, both are very data driven, right? I'm going to go into all of those in this video for you, but it's mainly about avoiding falling flat on your face on both of those, whether you're advertising a business or whether you're working and trading your income and your finances in the markets. Okay, let me know your thoughts. Jump straight into it. As always, like, subscribe, comment. Super excited for you to experience this video and learn from all of our experiences with this market. Who is this video for? Okay, if you're somebody who's interested in working with people in the Forex market, either the traders, brokers, educators, you name it. If you're interested in working in this market, I'm going to break down exactly how I've made more money in the Forex markets than your favorite trader probably has. Okay. Now, to somebody who doesn't understand marketing or Forex, this probably doesn't make sense, right? How can Aaron, who hasn't placed a single trade, make more money than my favorite trader? It doesn't really make sense, does it? And that is why I'm going to break it down for you step by step. You might be a Forex educator yourself. You might be a Forex broker, okay, a Forex signal individual. We have clients in this market. You're going to enjoy this as well because I'm going to highlight some of the things that you guys can do to really take your client acquisition to the next level, whether that's people who want your signals, your amazing Forex signals, people who want your education, how to read the markets, how to build a successful investment portfolio using financial trading. This is all for you guys as well. So whether you're a marketer, whether you're a Forex trader, educator, broker, you're in the right place. You're going to enjoy this video. As always, guys, thank you for being here. Subscribe, like, comment on the videos. I appreciate all of the feedback I get, whether that's on my Instagram, YouTube, anywhere else. I love it. Let's get into it. So look, the first thing I'm going to say about financial trading is don't be the dumb money. Okay, one of the first books I read about it, I was fascinated by it around 4 or 5 years ago when I was still working a job. Okay, I was reading books. Wasn't taking any action in terms of launching an account, but I felt like I need to get educated on this because there seems to be a massive opportunity that I'm missing out on. I had FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. And one of the things that it said was, this is a $5 trillion a day market. I just wanted to get that right. $5 trillion a day market, right? And if you think about how much you've got to invest in the Forex markets right now, whoever you are, okay, or how much you've actively got, is probably a smidgen if you're watching this video compared to that 5 trillion, okay? And if it's not, listen, if you've got loads invested, drop me a DM, okay? There's probably some work we can do together on your other business interests. But look, don't be the dumb money. What that means is every single day, the market moves up and down, and almost all the dumb money gets wiped out and collected by the much bigger organizations. Okay, don't be the dumb money. Be prepared. Be informed. Don't be a rookie. Stop being so goddamn naive. For some of you, okay, naivety is going to kill you and keep you pressed under somebody's boot for the rest of your the next decade. For some of you guys, unless you wisen up. What this video is going to give you is a really bona fide guide to how the industry actually works for some of the industry. Okay, this isn't all the educators out there. This is just my experience and a lot of the individuals who we've worked with, and it has been double digits in terms of clients, individual companies that we've worked with in financial trading, okay, specifically, and we've done exceptionally well. I'm going to show you exactly how we've done exceptionally well in this market. What is Forex trading? How does it work? Forex also known as foreign exchange or FX trading, is the conversion of one currency into another. Okay, it is one of the most actively traded markets in the world, which if you've been marketed to about Forex, you would have already heard that figure, which is the 5 trillion daily trading volume. Okay, and one of the things that really grinds on me about hearing that figure as a marketing tactic, right, is it's like when new consultants first get introduced to a high net worth individual through their prospecting, through their outbound messaging, and they're trying to get in touch with business owners. And naturally, you're going to find some business owners who are very wealthy and a very high net worth individual, right? And it's beyond me. I'm guilty of it myself. Once upon a time, this was me as well. And comment in the, drop me a comment in the comments below if you've ever been guilty of this as well. I'll be really interested to hear how honest some of you marketers are. But you see someone who's really, net worth through the roof, and you get excited. And one of the things that I see, and I'm always quick to stomp out, is look, just because that individual's got a great net worth doesn't mean you're going to have any part of that pie. Okay, just because they're worth 100 million or even 20 million or 5 million, whatever gets you excited about, how much somebody's worth, it doesn't mean you're going to get any piece of that pie. So why are you getting excited? It doesn't make sense to me. And it's the same with this 5 trillion a day, trading volume. You ain't going to be trading 1 trillion of that per day. You ain't going to be trading maybe 100 grand of it. Why are you getting excited? Doesn't make sense. Don't be the dumb money. Don't fall for that 5 trillion, excitable number. How is trading similar to advertising? So look, trading, I've noticed, is very, very similar to paid advertising. And here's a few of the things that I think are quite parallel. Number one is emotional management. Okay, whether you're taking a win or a loss, you're going to have emotions that come to the surface that you're going to need to manage. Okay, and emotional management is going to dictate, first of all, how you feel about what you're doing, but second of all, how successful you can be in the long run. Because I've said it in the videos before, guys, you cannot be riding the roller coaster of wins and losses. And that's in Forex, that's in business, that's in all angles of life. You need to be consistent. You need to be steady at times, right? Composed. If the game's on the line, I'm going to bring a basketball reference. I don't do a YouTube video unless I could do at least one basketball analogy. And I'm going to give you one that was real from my life right now. Emotional management at its finest. Okay. The game was on the line. We're down by 2 points. Okay. I've got a free throw, which means I've been fouled. The game has got like 1 second left. This was in the States, a really high pressure situation. And I step up to the line. I make the first one. The game's tied. Now the pressure's even more intense, because if I make this one, we probably are going to win the game because there's only 1 second. They haven't got enough time to take another shot, right? And I make the second one. Fortunately enough, the game finishes. We win. Perfect, right? What I had to have in that moment wasn't the excitement of, oh my God, if I make this, if this does work, I'm going to win us the game. And I couldn't have the depression of, oh my God, if I miss this shot, everyone's going to hate me for the rest of the week, right? I just had to be composed in the moment, manage my emotions, and get the job done. The same applies with advertising. The same applies with financial trading, okay? Be consistent, especially you younger guys, you younger consultants. You have to start bringing some maturity and composure to your day-to-day activity, okay? Whether that's sales, whether that's advertising, whether that's creative, whether that's managing your team, you need to be mature about things. You need to bring some composure. Next, again, performance rises and falls. Very similar between, your campaign performance. Sometimes your cost per click will be rising, and sometimes it might just snap. Facebook algorithm kicks in, starts rewarding your ads, and your performance cost per lead goes right down to the ground, which means you get more for your money, which is a great feeling. Same can be true in financial trading, currencies every single day, up and down, up and down. They're both very data driven, right? Which means it's all about the numbers and it's all about your entry point, your exit point. A good example of this in advertising is if you're going to be, launching your first ever campaign for a business, and you choose to do it on bank holiday weekend or Valentine's Day or Christmas, December as a whole, the cost per 1,000 impressions goes up dramatically because everybody's trying to sell something and advertise at the same time, right? The cost rises. Data will dictate how well you understand that. So you might not want to go and compete against all the big brands and the big bucks that are being spent in the market, right? You might want to choose to do it at a different time, an earlier time, which is more strategic and more centered around getting the most out of your money. Data will dictate when you do that, right? They're both centered heavily around human behavior. So trends, right? It's all about trends. It's all about understanding if 1,000 people do this, it might go one direction. If 1,000 people are influenced by a certain piece of news, especially with the financial markets, if something comes out, it can have a catastrophic avalanche in either direction, right? It can go up, down. It's all about human behavior. Okay, which means if you can start to understand how, the trends are and how people respond to things, and the same is true with advertising. If you know that 1,000 people have seen your ad and they respond in a certain way, you can probably bet that the next, 5 to 10,000 are going to do something similar, right? Based on the audiences you're targeting. They're both pay-to-play platforms. Okay, I love tongue twisters. You know this. Pay-to-play platforms, okay, which means financial trading, if you're not actually, do not use demo accounts, okay, because you remove all the emotion out of the actual trading. Okay, what you need to do is use a real account. It's like if there was a demo Facebook advertising account. I don't know what you do. It's like mock ads, right? And you're getting really excited because you've built this entire mock campaign. But trust me, your campaign and the success of it will only be dictated once it actively goes into the market. The same is true with real trades. Once you put those trades actively in the market, you're going to behave in a different way. And the same with, ads manager. You put an ad out straight away, you're going to be looking at it the next day to think, how's that responded? If we've had, £100 per day spent on that ad, you're going to want to see the data immediately. If it was a mock and you just published it and, it was a demo account, for example, a demo Facebook ad, you're not going to be that interested. You're not really going to prioritize it. It's not going to be that important, which means you won't learn anything. Moving on. They both carry risk. Guys, advertising, financial trading, they both carry risk. Never advertise with money you can't afford to lose. Never trade with money you can't afford to lose. Very, very basic principles that will keep you out of a lot of trouble. Value bomb right there. Let me know. Have I missed anything, guys? Drop a comment if I've missed something that you think is similar to advertising and financial trading. Any parallels? The first one that I thought of that just came to mind was marketers and traders are both full of shit, right? That is so funny. That is literally what just came straight into my head. The only other parallel, they're both full of shit. Let me know if you agree. Who are the players for marketers to know in financial trading? You've got the traders, the people actively trading either their own money or other people's money or a bank's money. You've got the educators. These are the people who probably are trading a little less, educating more, building academies, building out student platforms, mentoring, educating as a whole, right? And then you've got the brokers. Now the brokers, these are the people who are behind the actual platforms that you're using to place your trades. And I'm going to quickly break down the ecosystem of how a marketer can profit from almost every single one of these categories and how they work together. Now, look, who are the players? Traders often become educators once they've had some success. And once they become an educator, they often make a partnership with a broker. Okay, are you still with me? Get active right now. Get your brain into gear because we're about to go and break this shit down from the top. Let me just run through that again. Traders, once they've had success, often become educators. Soon as they've become an educator, they need brokers because that's going to be a massive revenue stream into their business. Why Forex trading is flawed for most beginners. So guys, by the way, why am I doing this damn video? I really have to point this out. I get Forex traders requesting to work with us almost on a weekly basis, whether that's through our adverts or through literally just organically DMing to figure out how we can help grow their business. The second group are people who are always asking me, who should I go to get into Forex trading? And should I get into it? Now, before I can refer anybody to some of the Forex traders who I actively work with currently, there's something that you guys need to realize if you're thinking about investing into the markets, and it's capital, right? You have to have a significant amount of capital for it to be interesting to anyone. Now, if somebody wants to take $2,000 off you to start trading, red flag, okay? Because what are your returns going to be on the best case scenario? But we're going to jump into that. I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, so why is it flawed? Again, it's because of the capital, guys. Let's say, the best hedge funds in the world make around 20-25%, whatever it is, and these guys are hedging their risk, hence why it's called a hedge fund. They're diversifying their investments. They're actively trading, every single day, and they are highly data driven with huge resources, huge research teams to make sure that they have the most advantage to gaining the most returns for their investors into the hedge fund. Okay, Google hedge funds if you're not familiar with it. But let's look at it. Look, if you've got $100,000 and you make 20% on that, and let's not say, let's say without fees, and you make 20%, which is what some of the best hedge funds in the world will give you per year, right? You've made 20K profit. If you're trading that yourself, what are the chances you're going to make 20% on the year? I'm not sure. You'd have some really good risk management. You'd have to have some really great support. Have your emotions super, super intact. And by the way, I know traders who do this, but I'm talking about you. You're just getting started. You're not really sure what you're doing. 20% is very, very ambitious. Okay. So now let's say you have $100,000, but you can't make 20% and you're trading on a daily basis, 5 days a week. That's like minimum wage. 20,000. It doesn't make sense to me, guys. And that's if you've got $100,000. If you don't have $100,000, half it, you've got 50K to put up. 10K. You've got 25K. 5K for a year. The upside isn't looking too good. So look, there's a solution to this, guys. There's a solution. I'm going to give you a solution. Don't worry about it. If you haven't got $100,000 yet, it's okay. I'm going to show you the way, my friends. Now, the number one question to ask before picking any FX mentor or picking an FX mentor, well, it's not that. It's, what is the question to ask? The question for me to ask any FX mentor is, let me see your MyFX book. Okay. This is a universal value-based website where you can actually see every single trade an individual's doing on a specific account. Okay. So if there is no MyFX book, there is no point in even talking about somebody being your mentor. Unless, this is the question, do you actively have to be a trader? Do you have to be actively in trades to be an educator? Let me know in the comments, guys. Should you learn from an educator who doesn't have skin in the game? Is that a problem? Or if they know their information and they're just focused on educating, is that okay? Same goes for agency. Can you learn from somebody who doesn't have an active agency, no case studies, but they know the information? How would you feel about that? I'd be interested to hear in the comments below. So what do people do who don't have 100K minimum to invest? Many become educators, right? So many start selling the financial trading knowledge that they've acquired on their journey so they can start raising funds to invest into the markets. It's not a bad idea, and it's not rocket science when you start to think about it. And when they become educators, the first thing that they look to do, and they should be looking to do, because essentially they're marketers and they're a financial trading company and they have a marketing division, even if they're the same person, right? Even if it's a one-man band. They build a solid personal brand. Okay. Now, how do you build a super solid personal brand as a financial trading educator? Let me tell you. What you do is you need a lot of social proof. Okay. So this is your trading. This is your lifestyle, your travel, your locations, right? So let's get into London. Let's get into Mayfair. What do people associate with financial trading? It's the city, it's London, the financial capital of Europe, some people think of it. Materialistic spending, so acquiring luxury items or renting them or buying them and returning them, whatever it takes. Look, we've worked with people who have done this. We've done it. Vehicles, again, by any means necessary, rentals, leases, or just family members who own a car rental business, they always come in handy as well. And there's strong points of view. Okay, if you want to start gaining attention in any market, not just financial trading, you want to start putting your opinion out there, you want to start turning some heads, potentially with some polarizing points of view, because that always grabs a lot of attention. These are some of the ways that you can start to build your own financial trading personal brand to start gaining more students, signals, people who want your signals, people who want to invest and open a trading account with your preferred broker. These are some of the ways you can do it, guys, for all you financial traders out there. How lucrative is this? Okay, so I'm going to get into a little bit about how we make money, from the marketing angle. But what normally would happen is a customer would attend an event, or a lead would attend an event. They'd buy a course for around 2 to 4K. We'd get a commission on that. And then they'd deposit and start trading with the preferred broker that the educator has, trained them on the platform of. So imagine, you're a marketer, you get trained. There's a million different Facebook advertising platforms to choose from. And you decide, what you're going to go with, the one that you've been trained on, or the one nothing and have no familiarity of. You're going to go with the one that you've been trained on, right? So for that privilege, the broker will often give a kickback or a cut or a commission, whatever you want to call it, on the deposit amount. Now, let me put this into perspective, guys. Some people buy a course 2K, and they'll have 100K. They literally will have 100K to invest to start their trading account, because they're serious people. They want to invest and grow their income passively or through financial trading, whatever, floats your boat. And the big money isn't made on the education courses. It's made on the back end from the brokerage deposits that are put through, and then the kickbacks are given. Essentially, most educators become affiliates for the trading platforms and brokers that they use. Value bomb. If you didn't know already, now you know. And then how do us marketers get involved with this? Again, we get, if you structure your deals right, I'm going to show you exactly how to structure a deal with a financial trading company or a financial educator in a minute. Financial trading educator, I should say. Definitely different to financial educators. So look, here's a quick breakdown. A trader attracts a student. The trader teaches the student. The trader then gives the student confidence to invest into their own trading account. The trader gets an affiliate commission from the student's deposit, often without the student having any real knowledge of it. But hey, it's a recommendation. It's a referral at the end of the day, right? And they also get obviously the fee for teaching the student, whether it's a course, a boot camp, whatever it is. But Aaron, you don't teach people how to trade. Okay, coming back to it, guys. How have I made more than most of your favorite financial traders on Instagram? Here's exactly how we did it. How did I get involved? So look, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Okay, they're unignorable. Even if you try to ignore them, if you've got a lot of activity on social media, naturally financial traders are going to find you. And fortunately, we did business with so many amazing financial traders. Unfortunately, we also did business with some questionable financial traders, which fortunately we were able to wean off our client list. What was our deal structure? Okay, so if you're a marketer and you want to know how to structure a deal with a financial trading educator, this is what you need. You need Facebook and Instagram ads. You need to attract the prospects, and you need it to be cheap. Facebook and Instagram ads with some great content will do that. Content creation to fuel your ads. You're going to need to build all of that personal branding that I just spoke about. That works a treat. There's a lot of dumb money out there, but there's also a lot of curious money. There's also a lot of people who want to be taught how to do this stuff genuinely, not dumb money, not anything other than wanting to improve their life, and those are the ones who genuinely get far with financial trading. But anyway, content creation, We need to fuel, we need to have some creative qualification bots. So these are messenger bots we use to qualify whether people are suitable or not to learning how to, trade the financial markets. Email follow-ups. So this was to improve the attendance rate to a lot of the live activations we did every single couple of weeks, monthly, bi-weekly often. Social media management and distribution, so building out a content plan and actually distributing all of that content for the clients. And then live sales support, so we'd actually send a team down to the events where we would actually do the signups for the educators whilst they're educating on stage. They'd make an offer and we would help sign people up for a commission. Okay, so what did we get for that? We got a setup fee plus a revenue share on the education side, plus a cut and a percentage of the affiliate commission, guys. Okay, so if you're thinking about how you can structure, and look, this wasn't on our first attempt. Okay, we didn't know how this market worked in the beginning, and I was really curious, as I started learning more and more and more about it. I was like, wow, there's so many layers that financial educators, financial trading, Forex educators is easier to say. Forex traders, Forex educators. There's so many ways that they're monetizing the business. We wanted to get ourselves stuck in on every level of that, and that came from making relationships all the way up the ladder, from the brokers to the traders to the educators. Okay, so there's many different layers to this, guys, if you're thinking about it. And look, every single event we threw for each individual client was worth approximately 5 figures per activation, right? So we didn't do this on a retainer basis. Okay, we did this on a event by event basis, which proved to be much more accurate in terms of the value we were bringing. Without us, there'd first of all be no sales. There'd be no one to sell to, and the people who were attending wouldn't know much about the company that they're attending the workshop or the seminar from if it wasn't for all the follow-up emails, qualification bots, etc., etc. We were trying to build a system, and we did build a very, very effective system that we literally were able to just rinse and repeat. Where the hell is that? Damn, I think I edited that slide out. Right. So we built a system and we promoted a lot of live financial trading education events and got paid on every single layer of that, of that journey, right? From the educations, signups to the brokerage commissions. A lot of opportunity to make some serious money. Okay. How did we do it? So like I just mentioned, guys, you get, you have your Facebook ads, you have your Instagram ads, you run that content through the ads to a landing page or to a bot, you get people to register, or you give the opportunity for people to register. You then, before the event, follow up with a sequence of emails, you get them to the event, and then you have another follow-up sequence of emails, calls, to make sure anybody who was really interested in, learning or working with the company that we were working with had the opportunity many times to sign up, right? Simple sales process, simple funnel. Again, financial traders, if you aren't running a funnel like this, if you've got an education business and you're not running a funnel as simple as this, you need to start applying this into your business. It is going to literally 5x wherever you're at right now. If you're not doing this, it will 5x your business. Implement it. I highly recommend it for your own good. What did the marketing funnel look like? So this was an actual, I just want to make sure there's no client names on there. Okay, yeah, good. So this was an actual funnel chart, right? A funnel map, we like to call them. You have the ads, you have where the ads are going, you have if they, the behavior. So remember I was saying about human behavior and how financial trading is similar to marketing. If they register, what do they do? If they don't register, what do they do? Right. So as you can see right here, you've got the seminar landing page registration. If they say yes, they sign up. Great. They go into a 5 email sequence, a thank you email, an anticipation email, a reminder email. This is just on the right hand side over here, guys. A lead magnet, and then a countdown to the event email. If they don't, they go to an email sequence, which is slightly different. If they open all of these, they'll be then put into a custom Facebook advertising audience where they'll get the chance to register for the event. So if they've seen the event, they clicked it and they thought, oh, this looks interesting, but they didn't sign up straight there and then because life got busy and got in the way, we'll put them into an audience and retarget them only if they open an email, right? So getting a bit sophisticated, which we like to do, which is why we get paid. All of those guys go into signups. We then create a lookalike audience from those signups and we run the main campaign. The next iteration, if you're not writing this down, guys, I highly recommend you pause this and you start running a funnel similar to this if you're in the financial trading education business. The main campaign goes to the Forex seminar. Did they attend? Yes. Here's the emails they get if they attended. Did they attend? No. Here's the emails they get. Regardless of if they attended or they didn't, they still get the opportunity to buy. That's about maximizing the return on ad spend that you've got in your business, right? And this is applicable to any education business. If they didn't attend and they didn't buy, guess what? They get retargeted to the next seminar, the next activation, the next event. It might be a follow-up webinar, whatever it is. Very, very powerful marketing strategy. Worked over and over again. The strategy was so strong, like I said, it wasn't just about working with one client. We did this over and over again with more than a dozen clients, okay? If you're thinking about running this kind of strategy, it works to treat your financial trading. Go for it, guys. If you're a marketer, you're not working with Forex educators right now, go and get your bag, as they say, as DJ Khaled says, secure your bag. Rinse and repeat. That's where that damn slide was. So yeah, like I said, we rinse and repeated this strategy with a ton of different clients. Okay, so back to you and Forex. You know, we went on a little tangent there. Value, 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 as the Gary Vee likes to say. Do you have a cash flow business generating income? If you do, invest some in Forex, right? So invest some of your income into Forex. If you don't have any investments and you're just stacking up your money, you might want to start diversifying and putting some of that money into investments. Property and financial trading are my poisons of choice. Do you have a cash flow business generating income? No is the other option to that. If you don't, get one. Okay. The reason behind that is, look, why would you build a cash flow business? Okay, whether that's an agency or any kind of agency, recruitment agency, whatever business, you name it. If it's generating an income and if it's a scalable income, you need it in your life. Okay. You invest everything. Let's say you invest everything into the markets and you lose all your money. If you've got a cash flow business, you aren't over leveraged and you still have your income, guys. Okay. So let's say you stack up 50K from running your own social media marketing agency. You put it into the financial markets and you lose everything, right? Everything is gone. You still have the skill set within you to go and reproduce that income if you have the skill set that you've acquired by building a social media marketing agency, for example. However, let's say you're working a job, right? If you're in a job right now and you've saved up your salary and you lose, that 50K, which depending on how much you're earning could be a year's worth or, half a year's worth. If you're a six-figure earner in your job, you now have 6 more months or a year to wait before you get that income back into your life, right? You can't tangibly make actions in your life to go and acquire income. If you lost 50K, you could easily say, okay, look, I've lost 50K. That's worth 10K clients to me. I now need to go and speak to 50 businesses based on a 10% conversion rate of my sales process. I need 50 businesses to speak to me. I need to go and outreach to 150 businesses in financial education. If you want a financial trading education, my God, I apologize. Forex trading education. I've screwed up my own joke. But anyway, you don't want to be over leveraged, guys. You want to be managing the risk in your life, your income. You don't want to be bending it all on something that you don't have full control over, which is financial trading markets for sure. Okay. And what if you have funds to deposit? So let's say you have got, 100K plus in the bank. Find someone who knows what they're doing and that is actually actively trading right now. Okay. Again, my FX book, you can see results find somebody, get a recommendation from somebody you trust. If you really need to know, and somebody who's really great and who's managing my own funds, I can recommend you to this guy. He is super trustworthy, and was also a client of mine in the past. So that's, the best I could do for you. But please come correct. If you don't have the capital to leverage, don't bother asking for an introduction and wasting your time and everybody else's time. It's not worth the hassle. Okay. If you're going to find someone who's going to teach you financial trading, and this is in any business, find somebody who's got skin in the game, guys, whatever the game. Okay. Agency, financial trading, flipping ice skating, you name it. If they're teaching you, make sure they've got skin in the game. Make sure they have the real proof, not the social proof, not the Instagram proof, the real proof that they are who they say they are. Okay. And often you can find out if they are who they say they are, if they're actively doing it for themselves. I don't have to go into any client meeting and pitch services, which I can't easily say, I'm doing this for my own business. I'm my own case study. You should be running Facebook ads. Oh, but do you do it? Yes, of course we do. It's what we sell. We have to do it. We'll be inauthentic. And this is another thing. I'm going to do a video on this. Don't hire an agency, guys, if they're not running ads for themselves. Simple. Even if they're spending £1 a day, every agency in the world, I don't care if they're just starting out, can afford to spend £1 a day on advertising on Facebook. Don't tell me they can't. Right? You're hiring individuals. People are losing so much money, and it frustrates me. It pains me, because you come to me after all the ruins have been created and everything's broken, including your bank balance, because a marketer's ripped you off and spent £2,000 that you couldn't afford to lose. Yet you never even took the time to look and think, oh, if Facebook advertising is so powerful and you're so good at it, why don't you advertise for yourself? Doesn't make sense. Right? It doesn't make sense. But anyway, skin in the game. Make sure they've got skin in the game. Whatever the game, you'll be in a better position. Okay. Why did I stop working in the FX market? So when I say I stopped working in the FX market, we are actively working with FX educators right now. Not on the scale that we were before, because we're very selective about which ones we work with, particularly because some experiences happened where I won't beat around the bush. Super unethical. And as soon as that happens, if I see any client who's doing unethical practices, we get as far away as humanly possible. And it's in our contract that we can, to make sure we are not affiliated with that. Because if you're not doing business the right way, if you're not looking after your customers, you shouldn't be in business. Okay. But some of these financial traders, they're the best salesmen in the world. So sometimes they can close you on doing business with them. But the truth always comes out, right? The reality always comes out. You'll meet the customers. And when you're so involved and also so proud about the people you work with and that you serve in your life, naturally you're going to be close enough to start seeing the discrepancies. So what happened was we saw some unethical stuff going on, and we had to put a stop to it, get away from it. And, it was a tough decision, if I'm honest, because at the time we were making at least 35-40%. I'll say about 35-30% actually of our revenue from literally financial education products that we were helping market and sell in the markets. And like I said, we made a ton of money, and it was a brilliant time for seeing demand. There's such a huge demand for financial trading education out there. It is huge. The market is so active, right, in terms of people who want to get to know this stuff. And we were able to profit from that by helping businesses find more customers. That's the way that went. Some of the things, ethics, like I said, saw some unethical stuff. Authenticity, saw some inauthentic behavior, individuals, businesses. Demand, that's demand elsewhere in the business. Wasn't so concerned about cutting off 30% of revenue, because from what we'd done there, we'd been actively looking at other niches, other areas that we could apply the same exact strategies. Any education product works with that strategy. And fortunately, the demand was there in other places, so I didn't have to take a loss for more than 1 to 2 months on those kind of clients, if I'm 100% honest. And compliance, look, there's some uncompliant stuff going on, right? And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about the Facebook advertising side of things. Jesus, it is very difficult in this day and age with all of the, the policy that you have to follow with your Facebook social media marketing. Getting your ads banned, getting ad accounts shut down because of non-compliance with the policy is very, very frequent in the financial trading markets, because the whole thing is built around lifestyle. It's built around learning something that's going to replace your income and all these key buzzwords that Facebook really has lost tolerance for. And being compliant was becoming a lot more difficult as well with the ad accounts that we were running for these financial trading clients. Not so, the ones that we're working with right now, they're not so aggressive with the way that we help them approach the market and their leads. It's a lot more, it's not a soft sell, but it's a lot more, what's the right word? Introductory, right? It's a lot more introducing the brand, the business, the people behind it, and everything that is good about the company, right? It's not so punch in the face advertising strategy, which previously it was, which got us a hell of a lot of good results. But then compliance kicked in. So what I do with my FX investments, I invested them with a trader I can trust, who's verified and stable. Same dude I was telling you about. If you want an introduction, let me know. Come to the table correct. Have at least 25, 50K to put into an account, or to learn and put into your own account and learn how to do this stuff yourself. And are we still actively in the FX market? Again, yes. If you're starting out and you're an FX signals company, or you're a financial educator or financial trading educator, right? We have multiple solutions, whether that's teaching you guys how to market your own products yourself, how to, approach your sales process, how to be compliant. We help you overcome all of these challenges, whether that's doing it for you or teaching you how to do it yourself, helping you build a personal brand, which is authentic, which differentiates you from the market. It's not about, this run and gun mindset. It's about really helping individuals out there before they even get the opportunity to buy anything from you, right? If you're a financial trading education company. Be careful. There is no barrier to entry. Just like with Facebook advertising, any 3-year-old could jump on, log into Facebook Business Manager and start creating ads. The same's true for, obviously there's an age restriction and stuff, but the same's true for financial trading. Guys, there's no barrier to entry. Get a good mentor and make sure the feeling in your gut is good about that mentor. Make sure it's someone you can really trust beyond all the sales process and everything that they're telling you, is what you should be doing. Do you get a great feeling about working with this individual? If you don't, you shouldn't, and hopefully you won't. And yeah, look, I know, I don't even know what this comes across as, whether the energy is positive, negative. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm just giving you guys, whether you're a marketer or a Forex educator, the real bones about it. You might have, if you're an educator and you're not in partnership with a brokerage, you need to get yourself in, partnership with a brokerage and start getting kickbacks and affiliate commissions on all the people you recommend who are students of your program, right? It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Again, I have relationships still with those companies, some big companies in terms of brokerages all around the world. Let me know if you want an introduction to any of them, if you're a financial education company. But for the marketers who are watching this as well, which probably going to be the majority of you, this is a huge market which you can get some really good legs underneath you, but you need to be careful. You need to know who you're dealing with. And then with the people who just want to take their cash and invest it and learn how to trade, or learn what they should be looking for with their traders, this is also the video that I hope will give you some value and some design on how you should approach it. There are good guys out there. You should have investments in the markets. I do. And never invest in advertising or the markets what you can't afford to lose, people. I'll keep reiterating it. You can't afford to lose it. Don't spend it. Simple. Jay-Z's got a great saying, worth a lot of money, probably worth listening to. I sound like Ty Lopez now. just buzzword celebrities and why they back up my points. But Jay-Z says if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it, which is very interesting, right? So if you can't spend £1,000 on ads twice, you can't afford to spend that £1,000 on ads. Very interesting. If you're starting from the bottom, what I recommend, get a high income skill, pay off all your debts, no splurging on irrelevant, stupid shit, and then begin exploring your investments once you've got that cash flow coming in from whatever business it is you choose to indulge yourself in through your high income skill. You know, pretty much exactly what I recommend to all of our consultants who start on the mentorship programs through Social Agendas Marketing, my agency. And this is exactly the system that I found and practice myself. I'm going to be doing a video very shortly on how you can get yourselves out of debt as well. The same way that I did it. Very simple strategy that I learned from an incredible guy whose whole thing is about debt management. A long time ago, get together 100 grand as a rule of thumb. Set yourself an ambitious target. If you're in business, get yourself 100k. When you have 100k to invest, you become very, very exciting, not just for people who want to invest the money for you, but you also have a degree of power, right? You don't have to overextend because you know you've got some solid, finance behind you. So you're not overextending because you really need to make this 50k grow, right? You want to be nice, steady. Remember the word from the beginning of the video, guys, composure in all areas of life, right? Whether you've got 1k, 10k or 100k, be composed with your finances. Stop overextending just because social media told you to. That will hit home probably deep for a few of you. And now some of you marketers are sweating more than me in this bloody jumper, in this bloody heat. Marketers thinking about targeting the FX education market. Listen, if you've got no clients, you'll definitely find some over there. It's like I wouldn't say it's the same as the Lion King and the elephant graveyard, but Mufasa says, Simba, that's the what's that over there? It's the elephant graveyard. You must never go there. It's not quite the elephant graveyard, but it's a great place to go and find some clients if you're struggling for clients. Definitely recommend working with some financial traders and some financial trading educators. Super easy to market, super volume in terms of the leads that you can acquire, and generally some very, very money motivated and ambitious individuals in that part of town. So if you're not already, you might want to go and head over and find some FX educators like my man drinking the Gatorade here. What are your thoughts, guys, on the Forex market, on everything that I've dropped in this video? Again, comment below. I really want to hear your feedback. It's always excited to hear what your thoughts are, more than my own, because look, I've been banging on now for another probably 40+ minute video. Who knows? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Tell me how I did. If you like the content, subscribe, comment, reach out to me on Instagram. It'll be on the next screen. Really interested, guys, like financial trading. Are you actively in the markets? Any of my clients who are in the financial trading markets, I hope I didn't offend you, right? I love all of you guys, love doing business with you, and I hope you're still very, very happy with the results we're getting. After seeing those strategies, you probably want better results as well now that you know the strategies we're running. But look, guys, financial trading, for better or worse, you need to be involved in it. If you've got money in a bank account, guess what that bank account, that bank is probably doing with your money? They're trading it on the markets, which is why they don't mind giving you a couple of % on your money that you save with them. Your money's at risk. You're in the financial trading markets, whether you want to be or not. Now, it's your decision if you take control of that. Let me know your thoughts. Peace.